Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ECL or the RedBull ECL Championship League 2013. Of course, I am Luminous. I'm joined by Merlini at the Beyond the Summit studio.
Typical old man Asian t-shirt, dude.
This is my undershirt. I gotta get the guns back out. We were threatening a mutant. We're saying this is shit. This is way too hot. There's no Yes Thai Hunter girls behind us.
I know.
And
then
LD got us boba.
he bribed us.
He bribed us, and we were appeased
Yeah.
by the boba.
We will be mutinous later, though.
After we run out of
if
boba.
this sacrifice does not continue.
We're like, where's? By the way, you should get Red Bull too. Can we get some sponsorship by Lollicup for just the two of us? Because we. All right. Let's get in the game here. It's gonna be Orange Esport versus Rattlesnake Gaming. Of course, Orange Esport did okay in the LA World Cup. I think they kind of fell short of at least my personal expectation. They were going into the tournament doing quite well, and we see a lot of logos flying in and out. But all right. Rattlesnake, we haven't seen them for quite a bit. They were definitely in the Alien World Cup as well. They got an early game ticket exit out of the tournament. But let's see whether they have actually improved off their 5 or 10 days of not playing or not being allowed to see Dota. But look at this particular draft. Wisp, Nature's Prophet, and Stormspirit from Rattlesnake. And then Alchemist and Windrunner from Orange Esport.
Wow, it looks like EO is just making a rise in the
Chinese scene.
the Chinese scene. And they're like, man, we got to copy Na'Vi and all the other Western
Alliance,
teams. Yeah. Alliance. Oh, Rattlesnake, the other RS team that is often mispronounced by me and sometimes Rumi.
Ruby?
They're going all out with the mobility, with the global stuff. Maybe if they had a Life Sealer bomb already banned out, apparently.
Okay. And you're checking Puzzles and Dragons. All right. I want you to give me a numerical value from 1 to. Let me think of a term. From 1 to LD's
What,
laning.
me?
What?
What? I have stuff to do, dog. Anyways,
He's getting a booty call.
what did you say?
All right. From 1 to LD's laning skills, how weak are these heroes in terms of lanes? Because you have a Wisp, Nature's Prophet,
they're
and Storm.
not that bad. I think.
I want a number.
Well, Nature's Prophet can go.
Is this like
jungle.
3.5?
It's not 3.5. It's definitely above that. I say.
Okay.
I mean, we saw a Disruptor and a Spirit Breaker yesterday, so I think that's probably falls in the sub 4 range.
Dude, Disruptor and Spirit Breaker 6 base armor.
He's not good in laning.
700 base
He's good
HP.
cross laning. He's not good.
He's good at going from lane to lane.
Yeah.
All right, but you're saying these are not bad laners. I don't think they're that bad. They're deceptively powerful even. Nature's Prophet had good animation, good damage. Same thing with Stormstrict.
Keeper Light's pretty good.
Yeah, Keeper is decent as well. Wisp isn't even not that bad. Like, he's okay.
He's
okay.
He's like a 2.5.
All right. But I don't think this particular lineup is that bad. But remember that start we just witnessed, like 4-1 in the beginning, early phase.
Yeah.
If you get a 4-1 against any team, it's against this lineup, right? Because this lineup is like you could just have a disaster opening.
Right, but it really is up to Orange. If they play passively, I think Rattlesnake will just come out way ahead. They have to put the aggression on early.
Have you ever watched the Orange Esport early game? Do you remember watching them?
Yeah.
Because they do early game roams, they do early game aggression, they pick people that are good at laning.
But Rattlesnake, if they can survive the early game phase, they're just going to go bonkers in the mid game. And just like Storm Spirit going on people, TPing back, and then getting recalled, and using all his mana, then getting chakra, then getting relocated back, then getting chakra
Tether
again.
chakra.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, of course, Nature's Prophet's going to join in. They have good early.
Storm Spirit's not that great versus Nyx Assassin. That mana burn hurts.
Yeah,
hurts
whatever.
like a mother.
It only hurts if you get hit. And if you're pro, you don't get hit. Is this a Mushi Storm? Or
Pro
no?
Storm Spirit's never get hit by anything,
Sorry.
right?
I was like, I saw Storm in a game that had Mushi involved in it. I was getting goosebumps. It's not going to be Mushi Storm because Mushi's on the other team, but yeah.
Yeah. Well.
LD's giving me the head shake. Why don't you cast LD?
We're delirious.
Yeah, we don't have enough boba. Let me take
I
a
know.
sip.
Okay.
Look, one of them had a rapier game that it had nothing going on, right? Speaking of the bans here, I do want to point out.
One game was an hour long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The draft was. The other. Okay, so Rattlesnake banning out some very key support in the form of Rubik as well as the Sand King. I'm very surprised that they banned out in the second phase because Orange Esport has shown to actually pick up support early on in the draft. Like they very customary. They go Visage, Sand King. I'm surprised that Orange Esport didn't focus a little bit more on support.
Is this a
Instead,
deny Doom pick?
No, Rattlesnake likes to do Doom. I don't think I've seen Orange Esport pick Doom.
Dude, what is going on with their lanes? I was saying it was like above the 5 range. I think with the Doom now, it like falls in that really gray area.
Their lanes are perfect. You do Storm Spirit mid, you do trialing defensively with the Doom, and then you do Nature's Prophet. Or you could do Doom solo mid and trialing the Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
Right?
Yeah, but
5 seconds remaining.
it's okay.
Also, if you think about
What would
it,
you give their number?
Reserve time.
I would say like 4.5, 5 in terms of laning.
is my bear goggle on or off?
Your bear goggle?
Yeah.
What's a bear goggle?
You don't know what a bear goggle
I know a
is?
beer goggle.
That's
beer
what-
beer goggle or bear goggle?
That's what I meant to say, the beer goggle. But I said beer goggle?
You didn't drink any beer though. You don't have beer goggles.
Alright, my boba goggle.
Your boba goggles?
Alright, if it's on, I give it like a 7.
If it's
'Cause
off,
like, if you think about it, you have some stomps in lane, you have some tether stomp stuff, right? You got Sprout in for some ganks.
tether sun into illuminate.
Yeah,
Oh
there
my
you
gosh,
go. There's
so
some
good.
stuff. It's actually like a 2.5 for me, because oh my god, Doom with no armor, Kabu with no armor on
It has
the Wisp.
1 armor, okay.
My bad.
Against Vengeful, negative armor. Against Alchemist, negative
Yeah,
armor.
Yeah, I actually think that Vengeful Spirit last pick is a very smart pickup. You talked about the negative armor synergy, the range you get in and out, because I think Swap is actually
early
a big spell.
aggression?
Yeah, the early aggression, the early roam. I think Vengeful Swap is a.
I mean, it's decent. It's not that good versus Storm, just because they don't have any instant stuns. Right? Storm can just zip out.
Yeah.
Wisp can just.
No, I mean use it defensively.
Oh,
not
use
offensively. Because
defensively?
you know the Wisp as well as Lamb as well as Doom, they're gonna jump on top of you and try to keep you there and kill you. Defensive swap,
But why not, like, let's say a disruption though? Why not go for something safe like Shadow Demon?
you lose a little bit on the offensive power. I
Yeah,
think.
so-
So because this
I think his offensive power, her offensive power, is more highlightable than
definitely
her
so.
defensive capability.
Well, let's jump into game. This is the ECL 2013, and of course this is a best of 3 series, and of course. This is game number 1. Rattlesnake Luo is going to be playing Doombringer. He's generally one of the carry player here for Rattlesnake, so we're going to see a farming Doom. Lamb's going to be playing the Stormster. We have Kabu on the Wisp, Sagam or Neo on Keeper of Light, and last but not least, Icy is going to be playing Nature's Prophet. Icy, by the way, generally the 1-player role. It seems like he's going to be going off lane.
And we already see a 4-man start. You're talking about the triple lane coming out from them,
Yep.
and I think it's what you talked about: the Storm and the Keeper Light, as well as the Wisp and the Doom. I don't know if he's actually going to start off in the jungle. He has a Stout Shield prepared. We see Icy probably going to start off with the jungle, but they could switch it up a little bit. I'm not exactly sure, but more likely than not, the bottom lane will be ditched for Rattlesnake.
Yeah, they're definitely starting with the Doom top. If Doom is going for solo mid, he's not going to have the Stout Shield. He's probably
30
going to rush for the
seconds
quick
to
bottle.
battle.
If he's going to go for more a dedicated jungle, you will see a little bit more clarities, maybe even ring protection for a quick Basil upgrade. But yeah, it's going to be a safe lane up top Doom, and he does have 0 armor. What are you talking about?
Who? He does? I thought he had +1. What?
Yeah,
I
get
thought they
on my
buffed
level.
it, man.
Get on my level.
I thought Doom got buffed.
The only
What
time
the
I lose
heck?
bet is to Bruno, and Bruno ain't here. We flew him back.
Wow. Well, I at least I didn't have to do a rep this time, but I think they're guessing. Oh,
Battle
I thought they were doing that triple one that we were talking about, but it looks like Storm's here is going to be mid. Not a very good matchup versus Nick Assassin. You can shut down a lot of the early aggression from the Storm, constantly mana burning him, not letting him go to any other lanes and wreak havoc there. I think Rattlesnake, they're more of a hey, let's get ganked, and then just mass TP in, or hey, let's find people that are solo and then just mass TP in too. They're not really a I don't think they're gonna move around too much unless once Storm gets 6, once Furion gets some items up and can start fighting.
I'm not sure if you saw that. I guess you weren't looking there, but Lamb, when he walked in the lane, he just straight up dropped a no talisman, got mana burn because he know the mana burn is coming, and then he just picked it back up. Obviously, when you drop it, you lose a lot more intelligence. And
What if he like next leveled him and then skilled Impale and then impaled him and then
yeah,
picked it up?
well, but I guess he was just really sure. I'm thoroughly impressed with this move. I actually think that Stormster does okay against Nick Assassin because how high base armor Stormster is. Look at that, 6
Dude,
base
that
armor.
mana burn.
early on.
Storm is so useless without mana though.
Yeah, but
Well,
look at him. He's just after the mana burn, he just stitched every static remnant. He's pushing the lane.
That's true.
And against melee heroes, static remnant is pretty OP. Mushi, I think, might actually get out lane here.
Well,
by
he's
Lamb.
out laning, but he's out of mana now, and he's still far away from his bottle. He has to have some like 6 last hit,
Of
6
course,
last hits.
missing first blood up top is me. I think losing mana is completely fine as a Stormster.
3 people get items for getting first blood. What in the world?
What is this?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
like something new?
I have no idea. I thought it was only one person.
Everybody's a winner now. Thanks, Volvo. But I think actually losing all your mana as a Storm Surge is not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
it's
not
a
bad.
straight up range versus melee matchup. You have higher base damage. You have better
It's
harass.
Mushi though, man. It's Mushi.
And it's Mushi getting out lane right now, so that's all I'm gonna say. Mushi does have 3 deny, which is pretty key against a Storm Surge. But of course, First Blood going up top, didn't exactly see how it happened. I guess the Shockwave has something to do with it, with a Tether stun and a Illuminate. God, I wish I watched that First Blood, because I'm not sure how this particular lane did actually get that First
That
Blood.
shockwave, man. There's
Shockwave
like
will be-
all these super deeps coming out.
Meanwhile, Rattlesnake IC doing a very good job keeping treants, blocking camps. 2-minute rolls by, nothing happens. ky.xy is getting some farm on the mid lane, but also particularly treant scouting out things like that, extending off the lane, and he is allowed to get in the lane for a little bit of experience. I think for all things considered, Rattlesnake doing a very good job. Now back in the middle here, Mushi doing a little bit of mono burn. Illuminate's gonna fly out and hit Mushi in the face, although this creep wave now going in a very awkward direction.
So Orange coming around behind on Icy. Icy in big trouble here.
He's gonna straight up teleport out, maybe.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't teleport all the way back to base.
Okay, now he's not in trouble.
That's the panic TP.
It's a panic TV.
Is he gonna teleport back into the tower, you think?
Well, I don't think so. Not when you see Net just run into here. They saw Net go into there. They see the Wildkin. Extinct trying to pull the creep wave behind the tower with the Wild Wing Ripper, but that Wild Wing Ripper is taking a lot of damage. Why is Net not helping him out a little bit? He's going to lose the Wild Wing. Oh my goodness.
I think he's looking for the
Wow.
Prophets. Like, Prophet's gotta be here, right?
I mean, he TP'd out. He had, well, Net is still standing there. He's doing the, he actually used tangos though. He's not getting value out of those tangos.
How about this? Well, we all know about that value. I think one of the reasons now they keep the, he doesn't even have shock revenge. I do not advocate this particular build coming out from what we see out of Neo. He's going for Illuminate and Monolith, which is actually Monolith.
Well, if you get first blood with it, dude.
Sure, that's fine. But back in mid lane, looks like we have a little bit of Mono Burning Pale on Lamb. I mean, what this particular build gives you is some decent laning power, but you lose a lot more mid game. Like, you won't have the ability to defend tower as easily.
But their point is to not get behind early game, right? If they can actually get first blood and get an advantage
Which
in
they
early
did.
game,
Which they did.
right? Then that 2.5 turns into like a 3.5.
Sure. It definitely worked out for the best. I'm just afraid that somebody's gonna see it at home and like this and try every game. Just keep in mind that you have to. It's a very strategical decision, and it worked out here for Brad.
Yeah, chakra magic like twice as effective because of EO, so it's not bad. I've seen it just absolutely destroy a Weaver, by the way,
With Monolith.
with Monolith. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
makes
haste
a lot of
move speed. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, looks like we're gonna see a little bit tether as Luo charge up front. He's gonna probably eat a creep, but does not care at all. Shockwave is available, as well as Illuminate. This creep wave is gonna get blown up very easily. Also, we do have a ping on Neo. They're saying, hey man, the push is coming. What are we gonna do? Luo is tanking the tower a little bit. Gotta be very careful.
See
He
a
does have
smoke
Stout
from
Shield.
behind. Two of the heroes coming from the.
Top
I mean,
tower
they're so
under
weak
attack.
though. What level is this guy? We see Chen level 3, Vengeful level 2. He actually picked up no level. Okay,
It really
he just
depends
picked
on
away with
where
Terror.
the positioning of these two supports are. Or if they're tanking the tower, if they're diving the
Oh,
tower,
he's tanking tower.
they're in big trouble right now. Net's gonna come right in. Luo's up half HP. The stun's gonna come in as well. We do see TP from Alchemist. Alchemist's gonna have one stun.
Double TP.
Uh-oh. It's going to be a tether from Kabu. Kabu's going to go down as well. We talked about the early game for Rattlesnake being a little bit suspect. They had a good move, but double TP like you talked about, and the lack of TP coming out from Nature's
Well, they
Prophet.
get free farm in other two lanes. I don't think it's that bad. Losing Doom is kind of a big deal, but at least they're getting something out of it. in
It's
the
not
other
really
lanes.
even a free farm. It's basically a lane swap. As now Winmer is going to go 1v1 against Icy. And I do believe Winmer wins that one, despite Icy having some sort of level advantage. And these two support will now be freely to roam unless Smoke of the Sea being purchased. This is the orange support lineup that got 10 out of 10 in terms of their hexagon for the Alien World Cup. We deemed them the best supporting duo for the entire tournament. Although they didn't make it far in the entire tournament, they play really well, and so far they're showcasing it.
Yeah,
Good movement
another
around the map.
smoke out from them.
Yep. So after we get the 2 kill up top here, how do you see Orange Esport fare in this particular game? Because
I mean, this is how they're supposed to win the early game.
right.
though.
And the first one up top, that was somewhat unexpected against a Wisp Keeper trialing. But now they recovered. Now they got a lot more damage.
I think the
done.
two main things for the mid game phase, maybe like past 10 minutes, is how well can Keeper Light defend versus pushes. Like, is Orange going to come back from them or come back around? Is he going to be at the right place at the right time? Is he going to be stacking instead of anti-pushing? Is Nyx going to be constantly using a spike Carapace? I think that's one big thing to look out for. Also, if they can fend off the Nyx Assassin game. Nyx Assassin just destroys Storm Spears early in the game if they're out of position, if they're caught outside of tower, and him +1 can easily take down Lon M. So I'll be watching that, see if Storm gets the farm that he needs. He probably needs a BKB versus lineup, and it looks like he's probably going to die in mid right now.
Yeah, they just need an Impale to open up, which they'll do right now. Lamb's going to get an Magic Missile to the face. We're going to have Net to follow the perfect chain stun coming from Orange Esport. Again, the strongest suit to me is that their rotation is so good, and every time they rotate to get a kill, they're not your DK, they're not your LG China, where the smoke is so obvious. And because they rotate so often, you just don't know exactly where they are. They don't just rotate from bot to mid. Looks like we do have a little bit of technical difficulty, and Orange Esport will think about how they're winning this early game. So we'll see about 1,500 gold lead.
Alchemist, we haven't talked about this game. He went a 1-3-2 build, so 2 points in Greevil's Greed, and he's playing, I guess, decently greedy. He has 30. He's 38 and 12. He TP top, but he's gonna be just a pain in the butt to deal with. I don't think Doom's the best hero to take him out. Storm also not so much either, just because he does a lot of magic damage, and ky.xy has a ton of HP on this Alchemist, especially with this Tread's first build. So I think that they may be lacking in the damage to kill ky.xy. If he just goes in front, tanks Doom, tanks the Storm Spirit pool, as well as the Illuminate, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to pull out consistent damage in the team fights to kill him plus the other heroes. And on top of that, they have the Chen to heal. On top of that, they have the Vengeful, defensive swap, and Shackles. If you decide to play aggressively, most of the time you line up for Shackles too. I mean, this is how Rattlesnake expected early game to go, but I don't think they have enough mid-game presence to do that much about it if Orange just decides to 5-man.
Aren't they at LAN? Are you allowed to take a bathroom break at LAN?
I don't know.
I can imagine TI3 final. Hey guys, WC. What the hell is going on here? Does he need to go that badly?
Raging Lumi.
Didn't we have like 20-minute break in between games? Look, we had time to get boba and drink it, and they don't have to. All right. Any case,
Do you need your diaper changed while we're
I need some cheese right now with my wine because holy crap! Why do we see? This is LAN, right? Just making
I believe
sure.
so.
All right. So actually, I do want to agree with you on the point of Alchemist. I think it really depends on whether he pops his ultimate before he gets initiate on. If he doesn't have ultimate on, if you doom him, if you pull him, I think he's in trouble.
It's better safe than sorry.
Yeah. But like you said,
They can send him back too. With
yeah,
the Chen.
they have to send back, they have to heal, they have to swap. So in any case, I think because Rattlesnake is so single targeted, focusing on any one person is in a big trouble. I think Rattlesnake, instead of focusing on ky.xy, they need to focus on Chen. They need to focus on Vengeful Spirit. I think these are
It's
the
so difficult. They
playmakers.
have all these heroes that like protect each other, though, right? Alchemist can protect anyone.
But
with
you have
AoE
heroes
stun.
on the same side to go in and bypass any kind of barricade or any kind of like tanky hero in the front line. They don't
Right.
care about that. They jump. So
We'll see.
yeah.
I'm scared for Rattlesnake.
Yeah, I think their mid game is going to be somewhat weak as
I think
well.
Storm's not going to be able to farm his item in time, whether it be BKB or Lincoln's or whatever he's going to try and get. He's going to have a really hard time getting it unless we see some fantastic play. It just seems like Rattlesnake's lineup has just much less room for error. Orange can just play aggressively, afford to lose a couple kills here and there. As long as they continue the aggression, find a lot of kills on the very underleveled and some weak heroes, then they'll be okay.
Yeah, what do you think Doom is working on? Do you think he's working a straight mech rush? He's got the arcane boots first, so it makes me think that he's doing so. And to be honest, even though a one-row mech, we saw Zoe doing it earlier in IG's loss, I think one-row mech is probably really bad. But at the same time, as he goes for a chainmail straight up, at the same time...
He needs armor, for real.
Well, yeah. And it also gives you one of the quickest mech possible. You can get like an 8-minute mech if you farm well, especially while he's got arcane.
Bottom lane.
Bottom lane, they're making like go ky.xy does have his ultimate activated, but I don't think it really matters here as Lamb's doing a ton of right clicks, and they do barely get him off. We are losing a little bit of animation thanks to the perfect world server, but you kind of can see what happened on the map. They just got a ton of right click, ton of zip, and the Lamb doing a very good job
Bad
getting
zip.
him. Yep.
So Mushi still hasn't moved from mid. Yeah, I guess he rotated top ones, but outside of that, 0-0 and 2. He almost has the arcane boots. After that, I think wow, that was some quick reaction there. Oh, I guess he had the ward over here. I was like, man, if he saw that from like right here and then Carapace said that would have been ninja fast reflexes, but both teams have an observer ward in middle, can see a little bit up the hill.
Yeah, we're expecting Rattlesnake to have a tough early game though, but they're actually handling themselves quite well, getting a gank and a kill on Alchemist on the bot lane, and they even damaging tier 1 tower a little bit. They won't get it, they will have to TP away. Icy doing quite okay level 6 despite being on the long lane. All things considered, Rattlesnake doing okay, only losing out by 700 gold or so. Also want to point out, we talked about Alchemist's skill build early on. It's kind of gone for like a little bit in greed, a little bit in stun, a little bit in acid spray. If this was burning, if this was Havos, would have seen a straight up max Grievous greed, you know, no questions asked, right? But this is Orange Esport. They play a little bit more aggressive early on. They like to take a little bit more fights, and that's why we see a little bit better spread in terms of his offensive styles.
Yeah, and I think it's good for them just because Rattlesnake might decide to tone with aggression as soon as EO hits 6.
Looks like Mushi a little bit slow on the Illuminate hit. And it looks like Keeper of Light is going to actually focus on Chakra Magic. Normally I favor on Illuminate a little bit more, but this game you have a Storm Spirit, you have a Wisp to even amplifying a Chakra Magic. I definitely believe that Chakra Magic is his best spell here, and he is leveling it up as we see.
And Doom just working on his mech. He looks like maybe 900 gold away. Jungling away, he actually has a speed aura creep instead of a satyr creep. I actually slightly surprised at that pickup. Move speed is decent for their line. He already has Scorch Earth though. They already have Tether move speed, and they have Storm Spirit. But I think he may need armor though. Maybe even more armor. Pick up that Wildkin, possibly. Pick up the Centaur for some more deeps for his team. I personally don't like the speed aura that much compared to the utility that some of the other creeps provide.
Yeah, he probably just was grabbing a random creep. Maybe on the next creep he'll just grab like a Centaur or whatever and call it a day. I really like the rotation from him back into jungle.
Icy in trouble.
Or is he though? Yeah, he's pretty much dead, I think.
Oh, now with the CV.
Mushi's not making it go. I don't think he can make that solo kill, but if he chase him long enough, but maybe they'll get a Sagam instead. Did Mushi see him go in? The Terror is not going to hit him. The Tornado is going to go on the right side. There is no Glyph. No, there is one, excuse me. Illuminate's going to try to fly through, or is there? Neo's just waiting. There's going to be Illuminate fired up. It's only a level 2 Illuminate, so it's not going to do too much. Luo's already getting in position as well. He's going to buckler his next wave, so it's going to make the defense a lot easier. They're aware that Mushi is nearby, because no single hero is camping them by themselves, and they actually make the defense successfully. So Rattlesnake, again, impressive early game, not dropping it against a team that has a superior early game, and it's a superior by far. So I think Rattlesnake playing really well with the rotation.
Yep, 3-2. If they're not like down by like 10, I think they're doing okay.
Yeah,
that's about what you expect with this sort of lineup.
They're down only by 1, at least for now. In fact, they're actually ahead in tower count. I think they protected all the tier 1. They destroyed the tier 1 bot, and now they destroy tier 1 mid. Call it Rattlesnake victory early game. I think
there's the Midas.
Yeah.
Yep, I think they definitely came out on top. They had to use a smoke for most of their kills too. They forced the Alchemist to rotate from bottom 1 lane, and they're getting good farm on the Doombringer and the Nature's Prophet, and a decent amount of farm on the Storm. They're 3 most important heroes.
Would you see Wisp already level 6 as well? Lamb pretty healthy in terms of level. I think they're looking for a smoke gank together. Talking, Ben.
Oh, sorry about that. We see Mushi Papa DD looking for kills on bottom, but Rattlesnake has been playing in a very safe defensive position. They have sentry wards here. They had the Force of Nature Treants scouting out here earlier to find the Nyx Assassin. Mushi just not being able to find the easy kills that a mid Nyx Assassin usually needs to find. And he looks like he's just farming his blink, gearing up for the real mid game.
Don't talk with both on your mouth, you'll choke. That's what I learned. Holy fuck, I almost died. Mushi with double damage, not too effective with his gank. He's actually leveling up his Spike Carapace. Your thoughts on Spike Carapace versus leveling up Mana Break or Mana Burn? I feel like Mana Burn is really
I think
good in this game.
he's probably going to get doomed a lot just because he's most likely going to be the first person to initiate.
Okay.
So I think that
mid lane here, it looks like Zip against Mushi. Doom is going to fall, like you said, and they're going to just make it go, and I do not believe Mushi's going to survive. Hand of God's going to come in right now. They're going to focus right on Luo. Luo is going to get shackled to the Wisp. They still do get that kill, though, but look at how effective these ganks are. They're going to try to backdoor that tower. Not going to work out. Lamb, really? You got to back off.
yeah. Well, like that, Mushi is usually going to be the one to initiate on, and he won't be able to get more than 1 mana burn off in most of the fights. and it's a lot of investment to get it to a very reasonable cooldown, with 12 and 4 seconds at levels 3 and 4 respectively. Spike Carapace is just a much safer bet.
Yeah, that's a really good call. But again, Rattlesnake handling themselves fine in this early game phase.
Yeah, they get this next tower too.
Yeah,
Wow.
They are gonna get at least try to. But Mushi TP's back in. They'll back out at least for now. But there's really nothing to lose if you're backing off, because I feel like Rattlesnake is a team that could get better mid-game pickoffs. Sure, on one side you have things like
Radiant's
Vengeful
top
Spirit, you have
tower
things
is
like
under
Nyx Assassin.
attack.
Two really good hero for pickoff. But on the other side you have Wisp, you have Stormster, you have a Doombringer, and Prophet TP in. So I think if anybody shows himself a little bit too aggressively on the map,
There's a smoke from Orange in the middle lane. Are they going to kill Luo?
Luo staying in the front line, that's who you want to stay in the front line. He's at 1200 HP. He's got himself a mech activation. I don't really think that you could successfully smoke gank. Even if you swap him in, even if you get a Shaco off, maybe kill the Doom, but not before he activates his mech, and not before his ally comes in and maybe kill 2 of your guys. So I feel like Rattlesnake in a beautiful position now that they have their early game mech finish. They just have to make sure that they have good enough rotation, and they're going for Neo right now. Neo staying close to his tower. Again, it's hard for Orange Esports to make any successful gank right now, because any gank they're doing, they gotta do it against a relocate Wisp, and that is just too dangerous.
Yeah, I think Rattlesnake has done a fantastic job of positioning, not giving very many kills. They lost 2 heroes up top here on that early tower dive when they were triple laning, but since then only giving off 1 kill to a Nyx Assassin, to an Alchemist who actually has Shadowblade now, to a Vengeful Spirit who is almost level 6 and can swap them, and a Chen and Vengeful Spirit combo who has been constantly smoking around.
Unfortunately,
They need dust.
they do need dust.
There's a Sentry Ward come out.
They do drop it down. They will do a little bit de-warding, or will they win? Windrunner doing a very good job. Unfortunately, Shaco Shot knocking him
Wow,
off.
I thought that was going to hit on that small tree creep, or melee creep.
They will.
That would have been dangerous.
They will back off for now. Immediate D-ward comes out from Orange Esport. But I feel like if you're going for more of a standard trading in terms of farm, sure, there is an Alchemist with Grievous Screen on the other side. I think you want to favor Rattlesnake. Storm Spirit, Doombringer, as well as Nature's Prophet, really good hero to go in the late game, just on how well they use gold. And also support-wise, Keeper of Light as well as Wisp, really good mobility hero in the late game. So as long as this game goes late, I feel like Rattlesnake has the advantage.
Yes, I think so. I think they do too. And even if they get BKBs, if they get a Doom on the Alchemist before the chemical rays, like you talked about, that will be so key for them winning the fight. He's like the bread and butter of the fight. He's gotten the majority of the farm on the side of Orange. He's their front line along with Chen creeps. He is their stun. Oh, he just does a lot of things for them. They really rely on him to win the team fight. So if they take him out with a Doom or just a very nice Storm Initiate with a nice like Keeper Light follow up into a Tethered stun, and they burst him down, or if he try and delay his BKB as long as possible, I think they'll do pretty well come the 20-25 minute mark when a lot of fights may start to happen.
Yeah, one thing I do want to mention in terms of the mid-game fight, like you're talking about, is that Rattlesnake should be very careful about buybacks and fighting under the enemy tower, because a lot of the big spells are single targeted. We talked about the Doombringer, we're talking about the Electric Vortex. A buyback comes and suddenly you're down many spells and they're up 5 hero with all their mana available. So that's something that they should definitely have on the back of their mind. I'm not sure whether Orange will have go for buyback or even opportunity to buyback, but something to watch out for as viewers as well, especially buyback go during more important mid-game team fights or Roshan fights.
And we see Keeper pick up a Gem of True Sight already, and it looks like here's the 5-man. Now it starts.
Again, they're going to try to siege down tier 1. Luo on the front line, he's got himself an Ogre Frost Mage. I love this creep, particularly on Doom. So useful for yourself, so useful for the Wisp, as well as the Keeper of Life, some of the more squishy, armorless heroes.
8 armor is so good.
Yeah.
It'll prevent a lot of that damage from the Vendetta from Nyx Assassin.
And guess what? They would easily hold the tier 2 tower, or tier 1 tower mid. Stormster is getting ready to make that zip. Unfortunately, his victim has already teleported out. Only Stormster needs to be there because he knows that the Wisp relocates right there to back him up. So for now, he's backing off. You can see that he's dropping Remnant here to provide a little bit of flying vision to give himself a little bit more sight.
And IC's just farming top. He has his Midas, he has his Ring Basilius. He should have a Shadow Blade soon. If that's his next item of choice.
Do you think he's going to go Shadow Blade, or you think he's going to be rushing for...
I think Shadow Blade Scythe is probably the appropriate choice. They have not that many ways of initiating, pretty much just Storm Spirit jumping on somebody or Doom. And even if you have Doom, you need some way to keep them in place. So I think having more ways of initiate is better, especially for a fight that lacks a fair amount of team fight like Rattlesnake.
Well, They do not have team fight, but they have a lot of tower push as they are doing a very good job pushing all down all the tier 1s and also defending the tier 1 as well. They're now going to be going for a Roshan fight. They do have Sentry Ward available to in case Mushi comes in. They have all the mobility in the Roshan pit as well. Rattlesnake just taking one advantage after another. And here comes a little bit of scouting from a Hellbear Smasher. That's going to get driven away, but they did a very good job at forcing these guys away from the Roshan pit. But guess what? Nature's Prophet and as well as the rest of the team will use that mobility to their advantage.
Yep. As soon as someone TP's left side, I think they're just gonna sneak in Roche.
Yeah. It's just tough. Like, what do you do against this Rattlesnake mid game? They're so mobile all over the map. They're so good at killing any isolated hero, so you're always forced to kind of stay together as a team. And Rattlesnake will slowly whittle you down. They won't force anything. Very, very smart team so far. Here comes another tier 1 tower siege. They do move away and start killing these particular creeps, but I think they're gonna have a tough time sieging against the Illuminates.
Yeah, they really need this tower down though. If they're in the same position that they just were in, they could just smoke around, kill them while Nature's Prophet isn't there. They have the weaker team fight, or Rattlesnake does, and if they catch them off guard, they're like certainly dead, and then they can take rotation for themselves and not have to worry about the dire side advantage for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, it's like you said, as soon as they see Alchemist TP, immediate double team pings going into the Roshan pit, and they're going to try to force this one. Alchemist is slowly making that rotation. He's low in terms of mana as well, so he's going to have a Shadow Blade and maybe a Chemical Rage reaction.
Dude, they're doing Roshan way too slowly. I think they know they're going in, they had the power shot, they had the Wave of Terror, they have spells to scout out this very slow Roshan attempt from Rattlesnake. They need a medallion or something to take this down a little bit faster.
Mushi making a very smart rotation. There is no Centaur available. If you kill Kabu right now, he's running away from these orbs, and hopefully that one of them don't explode. There is a Terror coming out. Roshan's very low. Whoever wins this team fight is going to get Rosh, and this is a very, very big one. There is a gem available on Luo, though, so if you're Mushi, you got to be careful. Mushi just being forced away, taking an awkward path away from the team. Well... No
Rattlesnake is just doing the same exact thing they just did, which is get Fury on push top, wait for them to TP back, and
look
then
at
just
this Fury on item choice. Maelstrom.
Wow.
Just split push, right? Just straight up split push. Shadow Blade gives you safe split push because you can get away, but Maelstrom definitely a better split push item if you just want to push.
TP back from Ohio. I wonder if they're gonna go in now. He TP back. He's power shotting mid wave. They didn't actually see the TP, I don't believe.
Well.
Still trying to do Roshan.
Mushi does have the TP available, but Roshan is so low. But not low enough here as Mushi does make the rotation back. And Terror again, once again, scoping things out. And if you're Icy, go back on the top lane. Well, he doesn't see Mushi, though. You have no idea where Mushi is. Speaking of Mushi, already have Blink Dagger finished.
Yeah, things are very scary for Nature's Prophet without a Shadow Blade. And even if he had a Shadow Blade, he'd only have 1,000 HP, even with Strength Treads.
Well, looks like we do. The Tier 1 tower is actually doing a ton of work. It looks like they're going to try to bring down this Tier 1 tower. Wisp doing a very good job defending.
There's a medallion. They needed this pickup so badly.
Well, medallion's coming right now. Centaur coming. Blink. Nixus has to impale. Mushi comes in, trying to get the Aegis. I'm not too sure who grabbed it. Maybe he denied it. Doom goes on Mushi. Mushi in big trouble, but he snatched the Aegis of Mortal. My God, Mushi's playing out of his mind. Mushi is going to go down using that Aegis. ky.xy coming right in. Icy's going to TP back out. Stormster comes in and zip on Extinct. He is going to kill on Extinct. That's one good kill. You got to pick up the support. That's a second support kill. Lamb is not going to dodge. ky.xy is also going to deal down. Mushi makes a sensational play, but I don't think that's enough. That's an ultra kill almost. No, just a triple on Lamb. What a insane Storm Spirit play. You focus on the Chen, you focus on the Vengeful Spirit, and the team fight goes so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, great attempt by Mushi there. I also thought the pickup was rather slow. I think that during the stun, things were quite hectic for both teams, but Orange just got demolished inside that pit. I think Doom was even used on Mushi, who was like, who had grabbed the Aegis, and they still came out way, way behind in that fight. So I think we underestimated the team fight potential from Rattlesnake. At least I did. I did not expect that Roshan fight to go so fantastically well for them.
I mean, Rattlesnake got Blink 3-man Impale, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh my God.
And they got the Aegis stolen.
Oh my God, what is that TP from Alchemist? He's really thinking about this. Sun's not going to come on Luo. He's down to about half HP. ky.xy just TP into a certain depth. Meanwhile, you do see that. Such good play. Mana management from Lamb. As to say that he gets Impale, he gets Mana Burn. He is burned the hell out, but Ohio's on the run. And here comes the Maelstrom. Icy, nice Shackle shot on the retreat. And now defensive swap against Mushi. Great play
swap
from Orange to get themselves
nullifying the buyback from the Nature's Prophet. Maybe a relocate behind them would have been in good order. That would have been super ballsy, though. I think the more ballsy move was Storm Spirit just jumping in, getting stunned in, and just immediately bursts it down from the Impale, from the Mana Burn, from the Test of Faith, from the Chen. A little bit of overextension, perhaps overconfidence after taking the Roshan fight quite handedly. but Rattlesnake's still doing very, very fine in this mid game. I thought they'd have a lot of trouble, but they're coordinating very well. Look at the XP graph and gold graph after that Roshan
Oh,
fight.
Jesus, 5,000, almost up to 7,500.
Jesus.
Yeah, 7,500 gold lead and 7,500 experience lead for Rattlesnake. And now, Maelstrom up. I wonder what the next item. Looks like he's gonna send himself a demon just so maybe straight up MKB. So just all the deeps
I
coming.
wouldn't mind a Mjolnir on him. Just dump it on the Doom. That Doom's
Sure,
super tanky.
yeah.
Look at him. He has 17 armor. That's without frost armor on, and he's just a super tank. Orange does actually not have that much magic damage. They have power shot. They have acid spray, which is very slow. They have a magic missile stun and a little bit for Nyx Assassin, but he has a lot of HP. He'll have a wisp tethering him, overcharging him. They have the Chen heal, and I think they have a mech. Do they have a mech? Oh yeah, he has a mech on the Doom himself. But he's super hard to kill. If he goes just like straight tank and just it is annoying to everyone in the fight, just running around, tether stunning everyone, burning everyone with scorched earth, dooming important targets, and level deathing on cooldown. I mean, I haven't seen Doom this effective in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. For his sake, I hope he's going for Shiva's Guard. It's an early game item. It's more effective for what they're trying to do. You talked about how his plan is just to run around and be annoying, right? Shiva's Guard, very helpful in doing particularly just that. I want to echo.
You'll get mana burn more, dude.
Whatever.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's probably the least of his
Dire's
concerns.
top
I mean,
tower is
I want to
under
echo your idea on getting a Mjolnir, because if you think about it, Acid Spray is always going to be down in that team fight. That means your thing is always going to be proccing. Like, it's going to have the highest chance of proccing when you're running in that Acid Spray. When you take damage, it has the chance to proc. We're talking about the Lightning Shield or Static Shield, whatever that thing is called. So,
And they don't have any BKB heroes besides the Alchemist. I mean, Nyx Assassin might get one, but I don't think it does crap on.
I mean, if Nyx Assassin gets a BKB, you
That
say,
is 4,000
all right,
down the drain.
Cool. Cool stuff. Cool idea. Cool story. But yeah,
So Orange has not been finding the kills that I thought their lineup could find. They have the Shadow Blade on the Alchemist. They have the Nyx Assassin with the Vendetta and the Blink Dagger, but Rattlesnake just playing very, very smart. They had the gem very, very early, which is exactly what you need. They're sticking around together so that his teammates can protect him, and if one of them dies, not a big deal. They'll usually be able to clean up afterwards, and just split pushing with Icy, and Icy has done a very good job of not dying this game. Not dying versus Nyx and the Shadow Blade as without a Shadow Blade is very, very good.
Ooh, ky.xy is going to throw a stun to the face of Lamb. It's going to hit, but a zip in from Stormstar immediately forcing out ultimate and a BKB usage. I think if you're Lamb,
There's a smoke.
yeah, you're pretty happy. And now defensive smoke being used immediately. They want to go back here when Lamb is fairly low in terms of mana, but they're going to run into Lamb and a Doom first. I do believe you. Ooh,
Oh, he's
Lamb's
gonna
going to
pop.
break the smoke right now. He is invis. There is a gem available on the Radiant team, right? No, there is no gem. There's actually no detection coming on the Radiant. They do see the Doom coming in. Is Doom going to eat anything up? Icy walks in and sprouts up one. Doom immediately comes in as well. They have defensive disrupt. They have to send back as well. They mech him back up. Stormstar is going to zip right in against Mushi. I don't think you make a Mushi zip. And now Lamb's going to get focused. Lamb's going to go down. What a poor choice for Lamb to go so ballsy. And that's it. Is that the team fight? That's the team fight.
They sent back the Windrunner as soon as that Doom happened. Very quick responses by the Chen. Oh, looks like Alchemist is going for more.
Uh-oh, he's gonna stun, or he's gonna sprout himself right now, giving a little bit more armor. Nice defensive relocate. Icy's gonna TP back out. I do
Ooh.
believe Whips is gonna die, or are we gonna see?
The next level recall.
Where's the
Let's
recall?
see it. Let's see it. Where is it?
Two.
4,
Recall now?
3.
Recall now?
He
Now?
didn't do it. He's dead. This West is gone. They need to take a page from whoever picked it last
He
time.
had it available.
Yeah, that could have been next level. Oh, we've seen it before, so
Yeah.
it's just equal tier level.
Equal to. It's just on level. It's not like the next level.
Par level.
Level on par. All right, but
We need a better term for that.
yeah. Let's think on it.
That was a previous level jump by Lanem though. He just like goes in and dies, and he really needs items. Look at his inventory. He had a decent start. He's 4, 4, and 4. Oh, there's a straight up Orchid. Okay, well that's a little bit better for them. He
It's
needs to
still not
disable the
good.
Nyx Assassin.
When you get the
He needs
start,
BKB,
yeah, he needs. I honestly, if you played the way that Lamb's been playing, you should have gone straight BKB. Because
Yeah, he's been playing so aggressively. They don't have any other initiate though. That's the problem.
what do you mean? They have Wisp, they have Nature's Prophet, they have Doom. That's all the initiate on the team. But no.
I think things would have gone a lot differently had he gotten the Aegis.
I really think it's the lineup they're facing against. Like, they have single target initiates, but Radiant has Ventral Swap and Test of Faith Sinback, right? They sprouted and Doom the Windrunner against most other Windrunner or against most other team. That Windrunner is dead. But
regardless of his item choice, he either needs to play more defensively, let Doom take the brunt of the spells and the stuns, and then go in later because of his Orchid, or just get a BKB so he can play the way he's doing. I don't like the way he went Orchid, a very offensive build that is glass cannon-y by nature and just gets stunned and just immediately dies. He's been doing that a couple of times this far.
I also don't like the choice that he went on Mushi that team fight. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Mushi is the most difficult to kill on the side of Orange. He has a BKB, he has a Shadow Blade, he has Strength Treads, and a Plate Mail. He is super tank.
No. He went on Mushi.
Oh, Mushi? Oh,
yeah, the next
wait, never
assassin.
mind.
Which, I mean, even if you kill I think that Mushi's the second hardest hero to kill now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, sure, you kill Mushi. He has 1200 HP.
But who do they focus though? That's the problem.
I think you go on the Venge, and you go on the...
Venge
Chen.
is such a... I mean, she saves heroes, but she doesn't actually do that much in team fights.
You definitely go... I think Chen's your highest priority target, and then maybe the Vengeful Spirit. I think focusing on the 3 core, you just get swapped. You just get held. You just get sent back. I just don't think you get anything done.
Well, Nature's Prophet already has a Monkey King bar. This guy is getting his farm on.
He's got Maelstrom, man. He's split pushing. He's got 190 creep kills.
Yeah, he has more than the Alchemist, who's been farming for a majority of the game. I mean, he's farming like a champion.
Yeah. He's playing this Ultra Glass Cannon build without dying as well. I think he's now going to go back for a BKB, which is an absolutely beautiful choice, because what are they actually going to do against you? They actually can't right-click you, right? Because you out-right-click whoever. You out right-click Alchemist. And until ky.xy gets that Basher, he's not going to do anything. And I don't think he will have time to get Basher, because he's getting AC next, which is a big-ticket item. And then he's going to work back to the Basher.
So where is Doom's item? Did he not get a... Oh, he's actually working on a... there's a casual Plate Mail into a BKB. I thought he was going for Shiva.
Yeah, I personally would like the Shiva a little bit more as well,
But now that Doom has BKB, I think that Storm needs a BKB too. You know, like he definitely needs that. He has 1,100 gold in his bank. He is the main focus for Orange. He's so easy to kill once he's stunned like once. He has a very low HP pool, not that much armor compared to the Doom. He's one of the higher priority targets.
Storm Zip going on ky.xy here, and they're going to focus on the core. Nothing happened. They do Doom the Vengeful Spirit, no swap, and ky.xy popping the BKB on the run down to about quarter stun. Going to go into Storm Spirit, not too sure whether he zip dodged it, and now we do see the net back on Vengeful Spirit. I really think, actually, I take back what I said about initiating on the Venge or Chen. Both teams cannot win a team fight if they initiate. This is a very awkward situation. If you initiate against Rattlesnake, they have all the spells and all the mobility to help each other out. And the exact same thing for Orange Esports.
I think they just need like a well-coordinated combo. For example, Doom someone and then pull him with Storm, and then Orchid the Chen or Orchid the Venge. I think if they did that, it could work a lot better for them. But they need some coordination with their CC.
It's really hard to find these particular heroes, the supports that generally stay in the fog line.
Rattlesnake in a very good position right here.
Against a smoke that maybe they saw. Everybody's missing off the map here against some of the creep wave that's pretty pushed in, so they do back off for now.
But Roshienna's up, and I think that Kabu knows that too.
It is so hard for Orange Esports to get a successful... I mean, this Tier 1 tower has been pulling its weight in terms of gold. Now it looks like they're going to do a Tier 1 backdoor. Storm Spirit, oh, Blink. Nice dodger coming out. Mushi getting blinding light. Where's the pull? They're getting stunned right now. What a stun coming out from the Shackle Shot. Lamman is dead. Does he have buyback? He does. And Luo pops his BKB, but he just have to run. And it looks like we do have Icy backstabbing.
Wow, Icy is owning.
He's man-molding up right now. ky.xy's on the run. Sprout's going to miss. Uh-oh. It looks like we do have a relocate back. And that's... relocate on the Keeper of Light, but looks like the sun's gonna come on Kabu. Kabu's gonna get melted. Magic Missile on Leo as well, and that's why you not relocate a freaking old man on a horse. Icy out of BKB, he's on the run as well, and that team fight just all over the place.
What was the relocate?
I have no idea.
That was nice initiation. The Storm Spirit dodged it, or counter initiated rather. He dodged it, and then that was a nice, very nice stun chain by Orange. That Shadow Shot I think really set them up to for victory in that team fight.
Yeah.
Although the relocate kind of did too.
Yeah, I think the relocate set him for defeat.
The Storm Spirit went on the Nick Assassin while he had Carapace up.
No.
He got stunned, and that is just not what you want to happen.
I think Lam did great in lane against Mushi. I think his mid-game decision is a little bit questioning. Also, I think maybe Lam has fought his Ogre Club before that team fight has happened. If he had buyback in that team fight, they win that team fight 100% because the Tier 1 tower was still up. They would have easily teleported back in. But regardless, they're going to get... That mech sound was absolutely glorious.
He needs the Aegis so badly.
Yeah, well,
there
he does
goes.
have the Aegis. And now he's suddenly a different beast, right? If he's strong out Mana Burn, Impale, and all that stuff, and then still surviving in a team fight, it's a different story.
Yep. Mushi only level 3 Impale right now, but that thing hits so hard against Storm Spirit. Yeah. What did I say?
Impale.
Impale? Yeah, Storm Spirit. Or whatever. Mana Burn. Level 4 second cooldown. is ridiculous. Ridiculously good, especially against Storm Spirit without a BKB or a Lincoln Sphere.
Benwu has had like 2
And
hours
it's
of
so
sleep.
it's so hot. Okay, I can't think. Help,
Can't
guys.
blame the heat.
Help, guys. I think I'm just distracted by your guns too.
My guns.
Either on.
My
I keep
guns are
glancing
pretty-
over. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't even see Moomy's monitor.
you,
The monster's so big.
you wish you had these guns. it's a one-man show over.
Do you have a license for those?
I do have license. Right to bear arms. Oh! Wow.
Wow.
That was so good. Second Amendment. Proud to be American.
Wow. Are you even a citizen, Louis?
I am a citizen. I take insult to that. Fuck you.
I'm just kidding.
Man. I had a.
I know you're
Wow.
a citizen, Louis.
They had no. They have 4 people that have global TP.
What are you doing? You're drawing.
3 creeps just took down.
What? You're angry
I'm angry
about something.
about the heat. Holy crap. Rattlesnake trying to siege a tier 2 tower on the bot lane. The creep wave is not there. Luo's like, man, I don't need creeps. Gonna work on some tower myself.
Okay. Well, slow siege by Rattlesnake here. I don't really think they need a slow siege. I mean, they can. They have the Aegis, so it is okay to
Dude,
force a
why-
fight right now, but still.
And before Storm zips into 5 and dies twice. I'm watching it, man. Storm, BKB's gonna get popped right now. Luo, does he have Sun? No, he has the Alpha Wolf. They do get a tower right now, and Doom needs to back up. They're making zip. What are they doing? They're gonna go on Extinct. Extinct's gonna get pulled out. He's gonna be fine. I think he's gonna be okay. Luo, BKB runs out. He's gonna get focused. My God, ky.xy. Did you actually sprout him? He's gonna be fine. Oh, they do swap Icy. He could have popped the BKB to block the magic missile. They don't. Lands it down to about half HP. But oh, Blink and Pale, they do find Kabu, and I do believe they're in big trouble. TP back in from Icy. Shackle Shot Lamb. Lamb dies. He does have the Aegis. Orange is going to be fine after that. Oh, they do pick up Vengeful Spirit, and that's going to be a 1 for 3.
Man, these
1 for
shackle
2.
shots are on fire from Windrunner. He is hitting these really clutch ones. Doom had a BKB and mech. He didn't use his mech up because he was just stunned from almost 100% to 0. And Lon M.
They're going to just buy back and go for it. They're
Well,
saying, man, everybody
yeah.
bought back. Vengeful Spirit's still dead. There's no
They don't have Doom though.
They don't need Doom. There's no Chen heal. They're going to say, hey, man, we're going to just right-click on your towers. You jump on us. You force a team fight. I'm not too sure whether it's the correct decision. Shackle Shot is going to launch again. These Shackles just so good hitting to stun. And there's a nice mech after a tether, but he's just going to get blown the hell up. Now Lua in huge trouble as well. ky.xy taking a ton of damage, but he's going to walk out after a Force Staff. And Ohio's looking for the Shackle, looking for the angle. We do have Vengeful Spirit. Mushi got a blink. He's got the Impel. Nice BKB. Mushi in big trouble. He goes back into Vendetta form. Swap back on IC. Pop that BKB.
Where's the BKB?
IC!
I
BKB on
guess he used
CD.
it.
And now the TP's going to get canceled.
Wow.
Rattlesnake, after a buyback, loses multiple fight. Mushi looking
I don't.
for a
You
little
see,
bit
I
more.
don't think their strength is in these 5-man engagements. They have the mobility, they have the ganking potential. Just get the jump on somebody with Doom, just get the jump on somebody with a Storm Spirit, with his Orchid, and then just group up and push with the mass mobility of your lineup. But they're just trying to 5-man brute force it. Yeah, you have the Aegis, but it's just not necessary. They were out farming them, they were out split pushing them too, with the Nature's Prophet being super stacked, and they can just let Orange bring the fight to them, or just take fights when Orange is out of position, not able to defend on time, and they just try to force the push too much. They don't really need to get the Rex down right now. Doom is like not the worst hero late game. He has devoured to scale up in gold very nicely. Storm Spirit very good if he actually gets some items. He had his BKB in his stash, wasn't able to pick it up. Nature's Prophet is super stacked, but that doesn't mean he can't get more. He has a Hand of Midas and a Dust of Appearance. He can still turn his Maelstrom into a Mjolnir. He has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, like you said, they just forced it so hard. The entire Orange team was over here, and Doom popped the BKB over here, and Storm zipped that far, and they just didn't get anything done. Also, remember what I said about buybacks? There was 2 buybacks from Orange Esport, and that really turned the team fight around. When your initiation is single target, and it's on long cooldown and a single team fight, buybacks just break your back. More importantly, the multiple Force Staff, I think there was one on the
Force
Windrunner.
have been sick.
Force Staff saving the Chen, Force Staff helping Mushi chase at the end. The Blink Dagger very helpful as well. I think Orange Esport, they're not exactly outplaying Rattlesnake. I think Rattlesnake is just shooting themselves in the foot.
Right.
And this particular lineup, if you're dying, if you're buying back and then dying again, they don't extend that well in the late game.
Yeah.
Sure, Devour does give you some extra gold, but he's buying mech, he's buying BKB, he's buying plate mail. These are not the items that give you a 1-row carry. Lamb's been suiciding. Oh, they do have the Mjolnir. I mean, Icy's got to play better. He's got to activate BP. That's the second or third time I see Magic Missile hit you when when you have a BKB, that should never actually happen.
Right, IC needs to BKB earlier. Lionel needs to not be such a man until he gets his BKB. Why is it still sitting on the stash? And then they just need to be a little bit more put together in these team fights. Maybe Doom also needs a few more items too. We saw him just die after he gets shackled once. You need to be able to survive that so you can mech, so you can run away, pop your BKB, maybe get off your Doom before you die. All those are very important when playing Doombringer.
ky.xy slow sieging it up top here. I do want to point out that Alchemist, 38 minutes in the game, still has a Qualum Blade, respecting the power of that Sprout. And of course, respecting the power of not being able to
So
attack.
what's the opposite of a slow siege? Do we ever call anything a fast siege?
You just say they take down a tower, man. Teleport up top here on ky.xy. He pops the BKB, and the man fight actually happened. Both people actually backing off, and it looks like they do actually doom him up. The stun's gonna maybe hit himself. The BKB almost running out. No, he's actually okay. And again, you do not initiate on the cores because you just don't get kills. Double BKB used on Rattlesnake. 0 kills because there's a send back and a Hand of God.
Send back is way
Or
too
mech.
strong versus Doom. I would think that most Doom pickers would try and ban Shen at this point.
Yeah.
They have the heal, they usually have a mech, and then they have the send back. Send back is probably the most annoying of the three.
Yep. And Orange Esport dodges another one. They don't get that tier 1 tower down, but
Rattlesnake should back off, I think, unless they have Keeper Light to constantly spam the wave and take a lot of damage. Orange can fight when they absolutely can fight when Doom's 70 seconds left on the cooldown. There is no BKB above the nature probably. This is just a terrible fight for Rattlesnake to fight. Just give it up, put some pressure around the map, get your farm on, get your BKBs. Why is his BKB still on the stash? I don't understand, Lon M. He needs it. Oh, I guess he doesn't have a Mithril Hammer yet. But sell your magic wand, dude. This guy needs BKB so badly. He's just been dying. He has 6 deaths, 4, 6, and 7. And after that relatively good start by Rattlesnake.
he should actually sell his no, then he will have enough. I'm not sure why he's not doing that. Meanwhile, ooh, Mushi. Do they have a gem available? I think they've lost that gem.
Oh yeah, that Doom death cost him pretty hard. Mushi is able to just run around at his leisure. Ooh, is he actually going for a sheep next? That is going to be some next level Nyx Assassin farm.
That's pretty bold. I mean, that shows you the confidence of saying, hey man, Rattlesnake just destroy, bot back and try to push our racks on the last push, but saying, hey, I feel like this game is going to go long enough so I could finish my Hex. Cypher Vice is a very expensive purchase, especially for a hero that like Nyx Assassin, who can farm that quickly.
There's the Basher from
Yeah.
Alchemist.
And like I said, ky.xy cannot Mammo until that he got that Basher. He has it now, and I really think the brain of Icy is going to come to a swift end because even with BKB, I think ky.xy will start to man fight against him, and I think ky.xy now loses that fight.
Yeah, I think Nature probably needs a sheep just so they can get the jump on the Alchemist before he pots his BKB. Sheep some people so that they can't pop their
He
defensive
sandbag
cooldowns.
gets swapped. I'm not sure
Yeah.
whether you can make any jump against anybody.
Yeah. They need to try and find some picks around the map, but Orange is doing a very good job
They
of
need
sticking
like a
together and
global
not getting
silence.
picks. Global would be so imba.
Yeah,
I love that hero. Pick more silencer, please.
Yeah, silencer OP. Run him solo mid too.
Well, Rattlesnake can outfarm the map. Icy is playing very, very defensively, though. He has a crystals inventory. He is teeping out very safe places to farm. He's not pushing out the side lanes over here and over here. He's not farming opponent's jungle, and this is just a constant threat of a Nyx Assassin that you have to worry about.
And a Shadow Blade Alchemist. Like, let's not forget about that. Vengeful swap. Very long range initiation from Orange Esport. And now, because he's not farming so aggressively, they're going to be losing gold a little bit slowly. And I think Orange Esport is on the way of comeback. We talked about the late game choices of Rattlesnake versus Orange Esport. We were expecting Doom to have a better game after his, pretty awesome start. Now, really falter off. So, I'm going to say Orange Esport definitely have the better late game now in the sense that all the cores are doing quite well. Vengeful Spear, a fairly good late game hero, and just particularly because of the Test of Faith sendback, Chen very relevant in the ultra late game as well.
Yeah, and if he gets a Scepter for that GG Hand of God 30-second cooldown, that thing is so good in the late game.
Yeah, these team fights lasting pretty long considering really the damage source from Rattlesnake is things like Doom, things like the continuous zip from Lamb. And I think these damage are really faltering off as well. Icy not doing enough to carry them back in terms of the damage department. He is still split pushing like a boss though. And almost will have his Daedalus ready to finish very soon. But Roshan fight happening in about 30 seconds or so.
Mushi's gonna walk up that cliff? That is ballsy.
Radiant's top tower
Ooh.
is under attack.
Wait, how did they know that Rattlesnake were there? Did they send some scouting things up there?
I have no idea. Maybe there's mass ping though. There comes the wave of terror from Net. Here comes a power shot. They know what's up.
Nothing just yet. Storm Spirit zipping here, trying to create Remnant. Remnant does have that flying vision, just a tiny bit. There is a creep wave top and just getting somewhat bash. screen being used to scouting, just nothing but scouting back and forth right now. ky.xy looking for Sun. Luo about to pop in BKB. He pops it great right in time here, and ky.xy is going to just straight up bash him up. Lamb popping the BKB, not sure who he's zipping. He does silence on these Chen. Gotta focus on the Chen down. Then it's really low. Where's the sandbag? No sandbag just yet. Finally, Hand of God comes in right now. There's a sandbag on Ventral Sphere as well. Luo dies. Lamb gets impaled, and they are in huge trouble. They do actually bring Lamb down. Extinct's very low.
What a shackle.
Mushi in true trouble. Mushi's going to go down as well. Icy doing a ton of right-click damage. Ohio's on the run. Does he have Force Staff? He does Force Staff to the low ground. And is Icy looking for the jump? He's thinking back and forth. Extinct, and level death, no level death. But I do believe Rattlesnake did win that team fight big time. Or did they? Multiple buyback being used on Orange Esport, and they're going to waltz right back in. I don't think Orange Esport could lose this fight now. There's just no ultimate back online on the side of Rattlesnake.
Icy just needs to push out left side, force him to TP back, and then try and take a 45 fight at Roshan. And even if he has a TP on cooldown, he can get recall back. They need to abuse the mobility of their lineup. They've constantly been 5-manning and being 5-on-5. That is the strength of their lineup. Being able to split push, being able to recall back, take fights 4-on-5 when you have the team fight oriented lineup.
Well, they're not doing that, and KWAX says why man says thank you. If you're not going to split push me, I'm going to go straight in and take your Roshan. Here comes Stu. He's going to get Shackle. He's going to get impaled. He's going to get bursted down quite easily. BKB gets dodged, or Vengeful Spirit stun gets dodged, but too little, too late. Now Icy makes a decision to split push, but he lost a good 25, 30 seconds for that split push. ky.xy picks up the Aegis. Cheese gets end up on, I think it was Chen. Yes, it was Chen. And my god, I think Cheese on Chen's actually
this
got a
T3 tower on top is like almost dead. Go snipe it, Icy.
Oh no.
Radiant's
They
top
lose
tower
a Wisp as well, and they don't gain anything out of it.
They got a T3 tower. Yeah. It wasn't worth it for Roshan, but
He
it's worth
should-
it for Wisp Life.
He had enough time to get the
Yeah,
box.
he should have done it earlier.
Yeah.
Like, Icy maybe playing a little bit too defensive. He did have 0 deaths at one point, but you can't always be scared of Nyx Assassin. They're not always there waiting for you.
Well, Extinct's gonna be maybe in a little bit of trouble. Use that from Maj. Left from Maj. Stun. BKB gets dodged. You gotta just TP. He doesn't have the TP. He's gonna zip to the low ground. Nicely done. Oh, Blink Mushi. Waiting for the impel. There's a sandbag. Great lead played here by Neo Sagam.
Wait, Snake?
Snake
Snake
Game?
him?
Snake Game?
Snake Sag?
Rising Balls. Rattle Swish. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Any case, yeah, I feel like if Rattlesnake ends up losing this game, there's a lot of it on Lamb and the Doombringer. I feel like, or maybe it was a team decision to play that aggressively, but the over-aggression has really gave away the big lead that they have accrued, and now because of it, they're in a losing situation right now.
Yeah, but I don't think it's Doombringer's fault. Doombringer has been playing decently, although his item progression hasn't been the greatest. He's in a tough role. He's in a tank in a team fight, in a crap team fight lineup, right? So he has to go in, get stunned. His teammates can't really save him. I mean, they can try their best with like defensive mech and blinding light and overcharge and stuff like that, but his job is to just tank, soak a lot of damage, hopefully get a doom off before you die, and just soak the spells so that your Storm Speeder can go to work, so that your almost Glass Cannon Nature's Prophet can go to work too.
Yeah, and that almost Glass Cannon Nature's Prophet went from like 2-0 fight now to 7-2, but he's actually starting to die in these team fights, and that will continue to happen. I wonder what his next item is going to be. He's got Daedalus, Milner, and 3K on the bank. You talked about Hex being a very necessary thing. I'm not sure whether it's going to be Hex or even another damage item.
I still don't think he can man mode on the Alchemist though. The Alchemist just has the Bachelor, he has a ton of armor, he has the AC, way better attack speed. I still think in a one-on-one situation he can't do it, and that's why I think he needs a sheep.
What about Mantis Sao?
Mantis Sao is not bad. It's okay. The only problem is he has MKB, he has Mjolnir. These don't stack too well. These don't stack well at all with the illusions from the Mantis style. Usually you want to do like a crit build. He has crit, but he has a lot of other damage items that just won't scale. It is nice for split pushing too.
There's now an Abyssal Blade finish as well. Tier 2 in a little bit of trouble here. Illuminate's going to try to slow this one down, but I think Rattlesnake says, hey man, probably not going to win this game if it goes long. Icy got to pop the BKB. Great pop. Moosh, there's no detection in the front line. They drew out BKB on Icy, and they just got to back off.
Haste.
Well, that was unfortunate. There's 3 people stranded on the mid lane. They'll back off as a unit as well. Good play here by Mushi, going back into Venom form immediately after the BKB gets popped.
They had the dust on the Wisp there, but just coming a little bit late.
That's unfortunate. Well, Nature's Prophet's back to the farm trade here. 4,600 gold. We'll see an item choice very, very soon. Luo back to about 2,000 gold. Still no real decision of what he's going to be building. Just been dying quite a bit. Let's quickly check out overall in terms of item. There's a Hex on Ohio, my goodness. And of course, there's 2 support double Ghost Scepters. Pretty much it in terms of item purchase as well. Point Booster, you talked about the GG Scepter Ultimate. Chen's going to have it eventually.
GG Ag Scepter Ultimate. Well, let's check Roshan status. Still another 6 minutes on that. Rather slow since that got taken down, I must say.
Oh, there is a Scythe of Nature's Prophet, so maybe that's the item you're looking for. I think you actually have to Orchid Extinct and then like Scythe Net or something like that and just go kill the 2 supports. But that's a lot of suns that you're using on the support and not the core carry. Slam very far from the team fight, does have Relocate, does have Teleport Scroll, so shouldn't be
Do you
too
think
big of a
this
deal.
non-Shadow Blade Nature's Prophet is paying off for them?
I think so. The way that he's been playing, he hasn't been dying because like he hasn't been using Shadow Blade's invisibility to actually save him. And his split push is actually a lot faster because of he has Maelstrom. ky.xy in a little bit of trouble. Sun's going to fly in here against Lu. He's going to be okay. Tier 3 is really in trouble. As we do see a little bit of Tier 3 siege coming out from IC as well. You got to take the fight right about now. Stormster's going to zip afar. Ohio's going to be fine. Oh, BKB's going to be activated here. We do have a sandbag from Ohio. Now it's going to be a 4v5. Do you go for net? His BKB's going to be running out very soon. Now I'm just not going to be making that chase. Although we do have a Relocate on the background here. Going to focus on Mushi. Mushi just a complete explode. ky.xy in big trouble. He gets Hex. He gets doomed. ky.xy is going to go down as well. Great team fight here. He does have his ultimate, or his life coming back really, really soon, but he's going to get focused. Shackle shot. Going to latch on Luo. Luo gets bashed. He's going to go down first. I do believe Icy's going to get Hex up. ky.xy, man molding up. Icy in huge trouble. Icy is going to be okay after Storms are going to zip one more kill. I think that was actually one of the smartest way for Rattlesnake to farm it, or fight it. They did not overcommit on anything. They see the sandbag on, I think it was the Vengeful Spear, or no, it was a Windrunner. And immediately they went for the other targets. Unlike the other times, they hexed him, they doomed, they pulled, they just dropped everybody on the person that was gonna send back. Rattlesnake had a lot of gas in the tank after the Test of Faith, and they were able to use it to go for multiple kills.
Killing Alchemist twice was so huge for them,
Yeah,
forcing that
yeah.
buyback out of him. He was getting almost to the point of being uncontrollable, but setting him back that far and winning a team fight pretty decisively. Good win for Rattlesnake there. Speaking of gold, 7,500 gold in favor of Rattlesnake. The Midas really paying off for Nature's Prophet. He got it so early. There is a Scythe of Ice on Nature's Prophet. He is stacked. He does have buyback ready, even if he dies right now.
Yeah, he had it before that team fight happened. He sold the Midas, and then he sold the
He
Midas.
sheep KOX, right?
Yeah, and then he sheep ky.xy when he was doomed. So a little bit of redundancy, but made sure that that guy was dead for sure. So I see definitely your lead carry playing the one role, true to heart, true to his hero. Got another 2,400 go in the bank. Who knows what he's gonna get? He's got maybe swaps off to travels. We definitely see ultra late game nations probably even ditches their boots because you don't really need too much in the ultra late game. You just TP in and just kill everybody.
So what does Icy go now after Boots of Travel, if he's even going to get it?
I think you would get a new BKB and save for buyback. I think the 10-second BKB is very, very vital. Sure, there's Abyssal Blade, there's swap and things of that nature, but he just needs every bit of right click the second he gets.
Yeah, I would probably offer some sort of HP. I mean, he has a decent amount right now, 2164, but that's only because he's level 24. Maybe I personally like Scotty on him. I think he'll be good to kite during the
Scotty's
BKBs. It can slow the Windrunner, and she can definitely kill the Windrunner during the Wind Run. They have a couple of Ghost Scepters though. I'm not exactly sure how they plan on dealing with that. We see one on the Nyx Assassin, one on the Vengeful Spirit, one on the Chen, one on the Windrunner. Just everyone but Alchemist has one on the side of Radiant.
You can hex him out of it. I might even say somebody get a Purge Blade, like just to purge it off. I don't think that's a poor choice. Well, it's decent against ky.xy. Speaking of him, he's gonna go for Helm of Dominator. He's actually going for Satanic, and I guess it makes sense if he survives the initial barrage and he gets the right lifesteal back up. He just actually goes back to full HP instantly, right? Because of his attack speed.
Yep. Yes, he does. Alchemist, beastliest hero on the side of Orange. Let's see how his net worth stacks up to the other heroes in the game. 31,000 net worth on Nature's Prophet. That's ridiculous.
He's out networking a Grievous Greed Alchemist. Like, that should not happen.
Yep, and Alchemist second place, 25,000, and a whopping 14,000, 10,000 gold behind the second place.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try this Maelstrom first build on a Midas Nature's Prophet. It's actually insane farm, provided that you don't die, which is the toughest thing to do, right? generally people get Shadow Blaze.
And you have to be way careful about how you approach in team fights.
Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. If you're getting a very aggressive farming item, you are gonna die, but you're Nature's Prophet and you're farming very aggressively in each and every lane. But Icy definitely made it pay off in this game. 3,700 on the bank here. And again, not sure what he's gonna buy. I advocate BKB. You advocate Scotty. I think they're both decent choices. Let's not forget about Manta Style as well as a decent late game item options.
Yeah, Mantis Style is decent too.
I mean, his high level and his damage is so impressive right now that if you stick 2 Manta Illusion on Chen, he has to activate his Ghost Scepter. It's just like eventually he does.
1 minute until Roshan. Let's see who decides to take it. In terms of map control, I think that Rattlesnake is better map control. Orange probably has better team fight though, just because they have a super stacked Alchemist. So I don't think either of the teams can just do it in a 5-on-5 situation. But maybe if they sneak it in, maybe if they deward a little bit, maybe if they smoke.
Yeah. There is no Butcher Travel on the rating side at all. Yeah. So that's going to be somewhat difficult as Rattlesnake decides to start split pushing. ky.xy already trying to pick somebody off with the Shadow Blade activation. But I see haven't fallen to prey to that particular engagement or the way of initiation from Orange yet. Double Force Staff up here on 2 supports. It's going to keep people somewhat safe as they're getting jumped by Mushi. But sorry, you were saying.
I think the supports on Orange deserve some commendations, though. They've been playing very, very well. Chen almost always on par with the sandbags. Their positioning has been really good. And Ohio has just been hitting huge shackle shots, force-staffing people that are cheap, that are in imminent danger, and finding a lot of farm on this Windrunner.
Yeah, I mean, looks like we see a Blink Impale in the mid lane. Neo, perhaps not as good in terms of positioning, gets blown back up. He thought maybe he was safe thanks to the Force Staff, but the Blink from Mushi was simply too much. I do want to point out that, just to echo your sentiment on the 2 support and on the Orange Esport, they have good positioning. They're not getting picked off against a team, again, to remind everybody it has a relocate, a Storm Zip, straight up TP. And Orange Esports says, man, we just got a support kill. That's going to force out a buyback here, but is that buyback enough? Stormster is going to be ready to make that jump, pop that BKB. Any plays here from the Stormster? No zip just yet. Stormster zips back and pops the BKB. He's trying to snag it. He does not snag it. Lamb makes the wrong play. Out of mana. Icy gets hexed. No BKB. He's going to get shackled. He's going to get bashed. Does he have the buyback? He will have it. He does have it. He's waiting for the zip, but oh, the sun is going to come against Luo. Is going to get tethered out here. Lamb coming back in, but he's out of BKB now. Buyback for Icy. He's going to try to teleport him, but his teammates just dying so quickly. Where's the TP from Icy? There's BKB available if he does make the TP, and still no TP just yet. Where is he? He's thinking about TP, canceling a second time. He's just going for the straight backdoor. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is going for the chase. Is he going to get the backdoor? And if he's going for the backdoor, why isn't doing top? He just makes trees and he's going back. Icy just undecisive. He's not sure what he's going to do. Is he going to pick off allies? I think he just wasted way too much opportunity. His team thought he was going to fight, so they kept fighting, and they lost a couple more heroes.
Yeah, I don't know what was the deal with the constant teleportation cancels. He does have BKB, and as long as he doesn't TP like straight on an Alchemist, he should be okay for the most part.
I think if he TP up top lane, because the creep wave was already coming in, they would have got the melee racks up top.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, look at his damage output.
Yeah, it is absolutely absurd right now how much damage he does. 300, almost 400 damage on Nature's Prophet.
I think oh my goodness, Stormster, look at that initiation. Seen into immediate Abyssal, they're gonna stun there. Luo could have dodged it with a BKB. Doesn't. Shackle shot's gonna miss as well. It doesn't really matter too much. Orange Esports did not make that chase, but
and here comes Icy.
Well, it forces out Glyph. Maybe that's why he didn't make that push, because there was Glyph available on Orange Esports, so definitely was a little bit too critical with the decision to not TP top. But now he did force out a Glyph usage, trying to get that range racks. Not gonna get it. Orange Esports, one more step in terms of keeping themselves okay in the game. And even though these Rattlesnake supports are staying very far back, the Blink Impale and now the long range swap, level 16 swap, I just want to say that we don't see it too much, but I really think one of the most game-breaking support ultimates. It's just so long range, and you just don't expect it.
This is a good fight for Rattlesnake. I think even with Lon them down, it's still... Oh, there's a buyback.
Oh, there's a Dumas on him as well. ky.xy is going to get pulled, but he's going to get sent back, I think, right? Where's the sent back? Just so close. And Vengeful Spirit in big trouble as well. They get 2 kills out of it, but they just don't get too much. There's a relocate on top. There's Ohio, but Kabu's a solo TPing. His ally did not come to him, and oh, that's going to be it. I don't think Lamb's going to focus on anything. Where was Icy throughout all of that? Was Icy backdoor?
I have no idea. I don't think it was backdooring because that top bracket is still at 500 HP, still regenerating up, and just the T3 tower down in the bottom lane.
There's buyback available on Alchemist. He does use it right now. There's also buyback on Vengeful Spirit. I don't think he will use it unless the push is going to come. Butcher Travel is going to get purchased as well. So now the split push is not going to get work work at all because it's very easy for Chen to send somebody back, and then they will reserve the Butcher Travel usage to TP back to one of Chen's creep. Butcher Travel and Chen are just ultimate kind of defensive combo. Like you can't split push against this team anymore. So Orange Esport kind of shoring up all holes, and their late game still quite as impressive.
Yeah, they're falling a little bit far behind though in the building race right now. Bottom lane and top lane both with Reckless goes, but now Alchemist and Shadowblade both have the problem of I have too many items, guys.
That's not a problem.
He has 2 big ABs on Nature's Prophet. Sick, no boots.
You gotta get that
He's
24
getting-
damage.
And,
Getting that
10
value.
strength, dude.
Well, the 10 strength that he lost from a tread, or 8 strength that he lost from a tread, that was lost
You
value.
go for boots of travels, dude. He's getting 2 strength. Wow, EB from Windrunner. Wow. How does she get so farmed?
What is this for?
I don't
Disabling
actually
Icy?
know.
I guess that's a good way to disable Icy, right?
Yeah, or save your teammates that Icy's focusing.
Yeah, it's fine, sure. She's not getting it for the damage, so viewers at home don't go crazy. But
She does have a lot of intelligence, though. She has like 140.
That's like a 200 damage nuke, is it?
Combine that with power shot, man.
Alright, EV to power shot. New meta.
Or power shot, and as it's flying, you shoot it out.
Yeah. Actually, let's not forget about the possibility of a base trade and a backdoor race. When you have, as we see, a little bit of initiation, force tap into swap. Lamb gets hexing me. The force tap backwards here. Are we gonna sit to some defensive relocate? Blink impale here against Icy. Icy just gets blown up. Does he have buyback? He's got the gold. He's got everything. He's not buying back right now.
No,
Mushi
buyback in
focus-
3.5 minutes.
Uh-oh, no buyback on the cooldown. Shackle shot, not gonna last right now. We're gonna see a little bit of relocate. Calboon in a little bit of trouble as well. He's getting focused. Vengeful Spirit is focusing on Luo as well. They're gonna focus on Mushi. Mushi about to kill the support, but he's gonna be completely fine. Mushi in a little bit of run here. We're gonna see Magic Missile cooling out in 1 second. Where's Icy? Icy's backdooring up top. This is ultimately the correct decision. Would you see a teleportation back from KY side? BKB? BKB? No BKB from Icy. He's gonna get bashed for sure. I think he's losing a ton of HP. He's trying to BKB, but he hexes. He hexes.
What is he doing?
Sprout, right click.
Acid spray? GG.
Oh my god.
Wow. Death by acid spray.
Oh, and now Mirax goes down.
Icy has no buyback, I believe, for 1 minute.
That was just
That was silly.
such an awkward team fight.
BKB killed the Rack CP out, right?
Yeah. I mean, I also believe that Rattlesnake could relocate and backdoor alongside their Nature's Prophet. They have not made that play at all.
You can tell that Nature's Prophet is not the carry player for Rattlesnake. Or I don't think he is. He shouldn't be.
Icy generally plays like a one row for him.
Oh well, that is just poor BKB usage and not the greatest decision making.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, now Orange Esports says, man, we're going to go straight up on your tier 3 or 5 quite low. They don't get really too much out of it. And the reason they're making a tier 3 push is that all the tier 2s are still up right now. So there's really nothing for them to do. ky.xy says, I don't really care. They do actually hex up on Kabu. Kabu's going to get stunned up straight up. He's already dead. We do see Stormbeard zipping by, but you see a defensive AB usage. And Lamb's going to also go down. Shackle shot from Ohio.
That is GG. There's no
Absolutely
way.
brilliant.
Woo.
And Orange Esport wins a late game after multiple Rattlesnake mistakes. This bot lane push where Doombringer bot back and just
Doom Spirit.
Doombringer bot back and died a second time.
Doom Spirit, the concentrated throw team.
Well,
It was a cool strat by Rattlesnake. I think a little bit better execution in the mid game and just decision making by the team, like not pushing on bottom lane when all those bad things started happening. I think that's a turning point in the game.
when was Chen picked up in the drafting phase?
I think it was pretty early.
No, they went.
Oh, was it early? Well, I don't actually remember, but
They definitely went Alchemist and then Windrunner first. Vengeful Spirit was like the 4th pick. Maybe Nixa was 3rd. Maybe
So
Chen
Chen
was one of
5th?
the later. I don't know, but Chen definitely.
ban that dude versus Doom
Yeah, and Storm.
in Storm.
Yeah, and Wisp maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisp, the burst is usually too much with Wisp.
Yeah, but a crushing defeat for Rattlesnake. I think they definitely like.
Thought
There's.
they could do that. They thought they were gonna win it.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna win it, but well, it was not meant to be. This is the ECL, Esport Championship League, sponsored by RedBull, of course. This is the game number 1 of a best of 3 between Orange Esport and Rattlesnake. We'll be back with game number 2, and now we'll take a break to earn some Esport dollars and melt in the heat. Lolly Cup sponsor.